Mr. President, thank you. It's more than 1,000 miles from El Paso, Texas to Athens, Georgia. Yet a man who crossed the border illegally near El Paso was able to wreak havoc in Athens. Last February, an illegal immigrant murdered nursing student Laken Riley while she was out for a morning run on the Athens campus of the University of Georgia. Mr. President, this was a tragedy, and it was preventable. The man who killed Laken Riley should not have been, in the United States in the first place. He definitely shouldn't have been on the streets after previously being involved in 2 crimes. But he was. And it's unfortunately just one example of how the Biden border crisis has made every state a border state. Like many illegal immigrants who law enforcement encounters at the border, Laken's killer was released into the interior of the United States on parole. He made his way to New York City, where he was arrested and released before a detainer could be issued and he could be turned over to immigration authorities. Then he went to Athens, Georgia. He was cited in Georgia for shoplifting. And once again, he was released. And now we know what happened next. Laken's killer is now serving a life sentence for murder. And while her family can perhaps take at least some comfort in the fact that justice has been served, Laken Riley should be alive today. Mr. President, the truth is that what happened to Laken Riley could have happened anywhere. That's why the Senate is currently considering Senator Britt's Laken Riley Act. This bill would help reduce the chances of another tragedy like this one by requiring that illegal immigrants be detained when they are charged with theft-related crimes like the one for which Laken Riley was cited. Laken's killer, was cited less than 5 months before he killed her. If this bill had been law then, Laken Riley might well be alive today. Mr. President, I hope to see this bill become law, and I hope that my Democrat colleagues are as committed to making it law as we are on this side of the aisle. This is not a comprehensive bill, but it is an important step toward keeping Americans safe. And it should be an easy yes vote for every senator. We've had strong bipartisan votes for this bill in recent days, and I hope that that will continue. We're going to have an amendment process here on the floor, the type of amendment process that's been lacking in recent years. We will push for votes on amendments that make this bill even stronger. One of the amendments that would do that is Senator Ernst's amendment known as Sarah's Law. Like Laken Riley, Sarah Root was killed by an illegal immigrant. Soon after graduating from college in 2016, Sarah was killed by a drunk driver who was in the country illegally. The driver was arrested, but he posted bond and fled shortly after the crash that took Sarah Root's life. The Root family didn't get justice. So Senator Ernst's amendment would require ICE to detain illegal immigrants accused of a crime that resulted in death or serious bodily injury. Every member of the Senate should be able to agree that illegal immigrants who commit a crime that kills or seriously injures another person should, at the very least, be detained. Mr. President, in the coming days, the Senate will have a serious debate about this and other amendments and about the Laken Riley Act. That's the Senate's role. We'll have a debate, and we'll aim to produce the strongest bill that we can pass into law. That's our goal, and I hope our Democrat colleagues are as interested in making a law as we are. Mr. President, time will tell.